Hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through about the Factr platform. Factr is a personalized assessment platform. We provide platform to schools, educational institutes, educators, coaching classes to conduct online assessments for students. And they can conduct it online. They can generate reports and analyze students better than anywhere else. So let me walk you through how the platform works. So if you go into the platform, you can see this screen where we have three types of account. One is for admin and institute. And second is for teachers. If let's say you are at school and you have multiple teachers, or if you're a coaching institute, you have multiple teachers, you can give access to multiple teachers based on their subjects classes. And then we have students who can log in and start taking the exams and the assessments provided by the teacher or created by the teacher or the institute. So let me walk you through with the admin and institute account, and I think that will help you understand how the platform works, and then we can move on to the students account. So if you click over here, you can register here. If you are already registered, you will receive a password. And onto your registered email ID. And if you have not received, you can always discuss it, ask our team and connect them. So whenever you log in, the first thing you see is the dashboard. But if you are a if you are doing it first time, you won't see the dashboard. You will see to create a class. So let me go through how actually you will be starting. So whenever you log in, first thing you will be seeing is creating a class. So we already have a few classes over here. Let me create another class. So if you click on add class, the first thing it asks is the curriculum. It is very important thing in our platform. Factr platform is a curriculum-based platform. So if you click on curriculum, you will be able to see that we have few curriculums already inbuilt, and we are always building new curriculum courses and launching it through the course and curriculum program. So let's say if you want to create a class of let's say CBSE, you can click on CBSE. You can see that this is clicked and you add it. The moment you will add it, all the courses you will be seeing is related to CBSE. Now, if let's say I want to create a class for 7, I can just click it over here, and the moment I'll select next subjects, I will receive all the list of subjects for class 7. Now, if you just want mathematics class, you can just select mathematics or multiple subjects the way you want, right? And you can provide your own name of the class and then badges. What happens is, let's say you have different batches or section in a class, you can create different batches, for example, A, B, C, D. And so you can create any number of batches, but the first time whenever you are creating a class, you need to at least assign one batch. Once you have created the class, it will look like this. And you can again, then let's say you want to add more batches, like here I've added another batches. You can also add batches over here. You just click, put the name of the batch, and it will be added. For example, if let's say I want to add batch 3, the moment I'll submit it, it will create a batch for me. Now, once you created the class, you need to add the students in the class. Now, adding the students is we have made very easy. For example, let's say if you want to add, you just click on add students, and it will take you to the add user section, or you can also go to user section from the site nav also. One of the interesting thing here is, let's say if you click any of these batches, these are clickable. If you click here, you will get the links and the class code for that particular batch. So each batch has different class code, and whenever the students are registering or using the platform and they want to add this particular class or batch, they just insert this code when they are logging in, and the teacher receive the class code. So let me show you how it works. So the moment you will click on the add students, it will take you to the user profile. Now here, if I see, let's say class 9, you will say there are different batches. Here I have already added one student, and so you can see all the list of students who are active. You can also deactivate the students. But let's say I want to add students, so I click on add. There are two options. One is if you click, You can just select class, you can select batches, and which batch you want to add the class, add the students. And so you cannot add as students in multiple batches of the same class. So that's a restriction we have put down. But here you can insert the email, and what our system does is our system sends the password on the registered email, the email you are providing over here, and students automatically receive the password, and you can directly log in using that password into the platform. Now let's say, but this is a very lengthy process, right? If you have hundreds and thousands of students, it's going to take a lot of time. So we have implemented another feature where you can share the class code. So here, like I showed you in the batch section, each batch has different class code. For example, if I'm in class 7 here and I have 3 batches, so if I click on B2, I will receive different class code. Now I can just share these class code and URL on WhatsApp, or I just email it to on Gmail, and so students receives it, and whenever they try to log in, that I will explain you on the student platform, like how they can use these class code and add classes. Once they add and submit the request, teachers receive the approval request here. If you look at the right side corner, if you click it over here, this is the students who have sent the request for class 6 P1 batch. This you can approve or dismiss depending on whether you want this particular student class or section or not. Once you approve it, students will be added here like this, and then students will be able to see all the content and the assessments which teachers have created for the students. Now this is just a starting point for the assessment for the platform. Now let's come back to, there are a lot of other features. I'll come back to later. So let me explain how the assessment system works. So if I go into the assessment section here, once you created a class, once you added students in the class, you can go and create an assessment for that particular class. Let's say if I click on the assessments here, you will see that in this particular class I have added so many assessments. Or if I click on, let's say, class 7, you will see that there are few assessments I've created, and so if, let's say, I want to create another assessment, I can just add it over here. So now let me explain you a very interesting thing about the assessment. So our assessment process is a 2-step process. One is where you schedule the assessment, and second is you add the question paper in the assessments. And once you're done, then you need to publish the assessment. So if you look at it, it's basically your 3 assessment last processes to publish it or not. Now let me create an assessment, and then I can explain you how this works. So if you create an assessment, it will ask you certain information like what is this assessment's name is. Let's say it's a mathematics test, and then I can choose whether it is exams or quizzes. If it's a small quiz, you can just choose a small test, and I can provide a duration. Let's say it's a 10-minute quiz, and this is for class 7 I'm creating, and then I have multiple batches over here. I can choose all the batches, or I just want to conduct for only batch 1, I can just choose that. So students of only batch 1 will receive this assessment. Then I can put the start date. Start date can be anything after today or the particular time you're creating the assessment. So let's say I want to conduct this test today from 1:55 p.m. onwards, and this test will be live for, let's say, a day till tomorrow. So I can just do tomorrow 7, right? And so this test is going to be live for entire day. So students can do this test anywhere between these 24 hours. But this test is going to be of 10 minutes. So students cannot go beyond 10 minutes. They have to conduct this test, take this test in 10 minutes. Otherwise, the test will be automatically submitted. So they need to conduct within 24 hours. They can find a time wherever they want and comfortable wherever they're comfortable. And answer sheet, this is very interesting. When you want to see the answer sheet, let's say you want to send the answer sheet today, but maybe tomorrow exactly after the exams. So till then, students won't be able to access the answers of the test. So what you can do is I'll send it immediately after the ended tomorrow, and then I can provide the description over here. This description can be anything related to the test. Now, the moment you will click on create a test assessment, the assessment has been created. You will look at the right hand side that assessments have been created. Now the second step of the assessment is to add question paper. Now this is very interesting part. We have 3 different features of adding question paper in an assessment, and these are really very unique and different features, which helps you save the time and make the assessment impact. So we have one feature we have is the adding the question paper from the library. This is where you can add question paper from library you have created. So you can create your own test, you can create your own question paper, and you can choose the question paper from there. But first you need to create the question paper for that. So I'll come back to this particular feature later on. So let me explain you these other 2 features. So another feature we have is the personalized test. This is auto-generated test, which uses different analytics, the user profiling, and the historical data, and based on that, it creates adaptive tests for the particular class or the batch. Now this is auto-generated. Here you don't have to do any of these things. And the third feature we have is the customize. Here you can choose the question and you can design the question paper according to you. So let me go one by one. So let me start with the personalized test. If you click it over here, this has been selected, so you will see that below there is instruction has come. You can write instructions over here, but if you, let's say, don't have time, we have made it very easy. You just select the basic instructions here or the advanced, whichever, depending on your comment. And once you add it, all the instructions have been added. You can also write it down your own instructions here. And let's say once you add the instructions, you need to add how many questions you want. Let's say I want 5 questions in my test. I just select 5, and the moment I will click on add questions, it will ask me what are the topics you want in this particular test. Now, as I have selected 5 questions, I cannot choose more than 5 topics because one topic will have at least 1 question. So I can choose whichever topics I want to ask students, and then I can just keep on selecting. Let's say I want these 3 topics in my test, and the moment I'll do next, actually if you go back, you can also do for science, maths, and different subjects. So whichever subject material you have, you can create a test for that. Now let's say if I go next, here it will ask me the number of questions I want in each particular topic. So here you need to choose because we have set 5 questions, and so 3 will be automatically selected, but you need to add 2 more questions. So if I add 2 more questions, total 5 number of questions, and now I can create the paper. But if I select more than 5 questions, it will not allow you to create a test. So you have to choose at least as a number of same number of questions which you have provided. Once you add these number of questions, the moment you will click it, it takes few seconds, and it analyzes the students' the data and the class data, and then it creates a test. So if you will be able to see that here we have created a test. You can view this paper here. Now if I go and click on view, you can see all the questions which have been created. It is auto-generated test. You can also see the solutions of those tests, and if you find it well, you can go ahead, or you can just select and check all these things. So it's all mathematically added, and all these things are being already printed out now. But let's say you found that this particular question is not relevant, so you can also report and replace. So you can send what is the issue in this particular question, and you can report. Once you report, it will ask you to replace the question. So basically you can replace this question with another question as well. So we will suggest you a few questions depending on the analysis, depending on the relevant questions for this particular paper, and then you can choose of the same topic, and then you can choose the question from there. So I'm not going to explain you that part over here, but you can choose and see how this works. Let's say I'm satisfied with this question paper. I just click on back, and I am back here, and I can just publish it now. So if you don't want to publish it now, you can just publish it later. Now the question paper has been, you can see that here the question paper has been added. Either I can publish it now, or you can change the paper. So let me not publish now and explain you another feature while changing the paper. So you must have seen that we have 3 features over here. We have just seen the personalized test, auto-generated test, feature here. Now let's say if I want to change the question paper, so I just go and click on the, first I need to remove the question paper. So what I can do is just delete the question paper. The moment I'll delete it, it's gone. Now I need to again choose which type, from which feature I want to create a question paper. So let's go to the customize choosing options. Let's say if I want to choose questions here, I just click it over here, and then again the same process where you can add instructions and you can write your own instruction. And let's say I want again, 3 questions I want. I just click on the customize test, and it will ask me to, any topic I select. For example, I just select, parameters and area. It will give me the questions related to that particular. I can choose different difficulties as well, or of that particular. And I can also choose different types of questions here. So once you're here, you can actually view a question. For example, I would like to add this particular question in my question paper. You can just see this question. If you're satisfied, you just click on the add button here. So it is already added over here. Right inside, you will see that all the questions. So out of 3, 1 question is been added. So similarly, I will do it for rest of 3. And then what I can do is I just see that this question paper has been formed well. Now I can view this whole paper here, right? If you will see that I can see a whole paper over here, and if I'm satisfied, I can just go back and create it. The moment I click on create, if the question paper has been created, I can view the question paper again. This is the same 3 questions which we have selected. Now once you're satisfied, you can go back and publish. So let's do it publish later. I'm going to publish it later. Now we have the third option where we can add question paper. So for adding the third using the third feature here, if you will see that here from the library, I need to first create a question paper. Teachers have to create their own question paper for the class. So let me go back and tell you how exactly you can create your own paper. If you go on the main screen of the assessment, you will find the right hand side there is question paper library. If I click it over here, in class 7 I've already added one question paper. This is a question paper having 2 questions of 10 minutes, and I can go and click onto the add paper. Here I can put the information about the paper. For example, for the class 7, and this is a mathematics question paper. Author name, you can give any author name. Let's say my name is Krish. I just put it over here, and then it's a 10-minute duration question paper. And just to make it simple, I just want to add 2 questions here, and then you write the instructions here. You can write your own instruction, or you can choose it from the list you have, and it's pretty easy. So I just choose that. And the moment you will click on save button, I go on to class 7, you'll see that the question paper has been created. This is the one which we have just created. So what I can do is now I can go and add questions. So here you can publish it. So if you click on publish, it will not allow you to publish the question paper because you have not added all the questions. So you only publish when you are satisfied with that, because once you publish like this, you cannot delete it. So if you go here, you have option to view, delete, and edit, but in this you don't have any options, because we do not. This paper is ready to live for the students, so we do not allow any of the changes, so that tomorrow any students have conducted any test and a question has been changed, then the whole the motives changes. So that's why we do not allow it. So if you go here, you can view the test or you can edit. So let me go here and add questions here. I click on add questions. Right now we do not have questions. What I do is click on, just select different types of questions, and then I can write it down all the questions, and I can write questions here. I can also write equations. If let's say I want to add equation, you can insert it over here. You can preview how it looks like, so you will see it how it looks like, and then I can write it down all the instructions here, and then let's say all the options here which I want to add, and then choose the correct options. And I can also add images. If let's say you want to add images, you can also add images. You can convert the image to text as well. Here we have AI tool which allows you to convert image to text for different languages also, and then you can write the solution here. You can write the solution here, and then we have is the choose the difficulty. Let's say the difficulty is low, medium, high. You can choose the difficulty. So this is where you're creating your own questions, and you can choose the marks. For example, you can also choose negative, do negative marking if you want. Then you have option like which subject you want to select. Let's say I want to do for mathematics, then you need to choose the tagging. So this is very important part. You have to choose what topic this question you are creating. So let's say if it's a triangle, or let's say it's an algebraic or equation, you can just choose that topic, and let's say if it's a triangle and go next. So then what happens sometimes is the same question has different multiple topics, so you can choose those topics as well. Let's say it is some bit of concepts related to question as well, so I can choose those, or percentage. So I can choose 2 more topics which are related to this particular question. Then is the concept. This is where you need to select the concept within the triangle. So within triangle, which concept it is, a micro concept it is. Let's say this question is about interior opposite angle. I can just select that and then submit it. So these are the concepts we have added. And then we have the cognitive tagging, where I need to identify like what kind of question it is. It is a numerical or a logical reasoning question, or is it a factual question? So you can again add 3 different taggings, maximum or minimum 1, and then you can go next. And let's say if this question is analyzing your remembering skill or application skill, you can just choose that and just submit it. So all these tagging, and once all taggings are done, you can just save it now, and you can preview the question also. And let's say after you save it, you want a similar kind of tagging again, but every time doing this the same thing is it's not very necessary thing, and like it take a lot of time. So what you can do is just go here and copy. When you will copy, this question has been already copied. Now what I can do is I can save it. Question has been saved. So this is a very interesting thing. Once you have done, like it does not allow to add another questions here because question limit has reached. Now I can go back and just see like on the question 7, I can just basically publish it now. So once I publish it, looks like this. So I'm not going to publish it right now, but you can do and try it. Now let me come back to the main screen here. What we were doing is we were adding question paper here. So what I'll do is I'll remove the previous question paper which I added. Now I'll try with the first feature here, where we can add question paper using question paper library. So if I click it over here, you will see that this is the question paper which we made it live. I just select it, and the one I'll select, it will add the question paper. So here you can see, and you can also view the question paper actually. So if you, let's say you are satisfied, what you can do is you can go back and you just publish it. So I'll do it publish later. Now once you publish, it will go into the active mode, and once the end date passes, it will be on the completed mode. So here it is a completed question paper. What you can do is you can also view the PDF. So let's say if you want to download the PDF of this particular test, you can just go here and you will see that all the questions has been here. You can just download it. You can also download the answer sheet as well. Let's say whatever answer sheet you have, you can also download that as well. It's very interesting. We have touched all aspects of assessments. Now, what happened after assessment? So this is very interesting part. Once you're done with the assessment, the next thing you need to do is the analysis. Analysis is a very important part of this whole exercise, because ultimately we want to analyze the students better and understand how exactly they're learning and how we can improve their performance. So if you go into the performance section, click on the performance section, let me go back and just check it how it works. So if I go into the performance section, it will open an assessment. This is how it looks like. This is how it will look like, the performance section. And what you can do is, let's say for this is a class 7, I can choose different classes. If you are a teacher or institute, you can see for different classes. You can see for different subjects. Let's say I want for class 7 mathematics, and so whole data will be just of mathematics. And let's say if you want overall picture, you can just select that. So this is a full summary of that particular class, how many questions they have solved, how many assessments you have conducted, how many quizzes the students have solved. This is a very interesting part. On our platform, students can also create their own quizzes, and it's a self-practice quizzes which students are doing. This is not created by teachers. That means it shows a huge potential where students are interested in solving questions online. And then we have like how much success rate they have, what are their cognitive parameters are doing well. So let's say here, students are good at explaining the ideas and concepts, but they're not so good at, justifying the decision or creative thinking. And you can see how many questions they have solved. What are the suggested topics? These are the topics where students are having major problem, and so we suggest topic based on the analysis. And then we have insights and suggestions, like what you need to do, what you as a teacher need to do additionally to improve or enhance the students' performance. So these are very basic insights and suggestions we provide to teachers. So if you don't want to go one by one and you don't want to see all this data, you just read these insights and suggestions and act upon it. Interesting part is, let's say you want to know where exactly your class is doing bad. You can actually check each topic where they are doing, they need improvement, where they are moderately good, or where they're doing excellent. So you can check all the topics over here. Let's say students are doing not so good on these topics. Now, once you are done with that, you want to analyze each student's performance as well. So here we have a quick analysis of students, where you can see how many questions these particular students have solved, how many assessments they've done, and then L score, their ranking, their success rate, how they are doing, is it slow or bad. So all those things you will be able to analyze over here. And let's say you want to know more about that particular students. What you can do is you can just go here and click on view. The moment you will click on view, it will take you to the entirely students performance platform, and it will give you the whole analysis of how that particular student is doing in that area. So if you see it over here, this particular student has attempted 39 assessments, and their class average and their amount question versus class average, and you can see whole thing, like how they are answering and attempting question paper, how their problem solving strength, what are their percentiles and ranks and insights and suggestions. These are something which we provide for each students, what they need to do to improve their performance. This is where the interesting part is, like this is how they've started. They went down and then they started improving their performance for each assessment. These are for each assessment, how we have monitored the assessment. Then you can check like how students are doing in different topics, and in which topic they are doing good, and which they are moderate, and which they need improvement. So all these analysis you will get, and then you can act upon it accordingly, how they are doing in different cognitive skills. And once you find that this particular students need more help from these topics, you can act upon it accordingly. So this is all about the students analysis. What you can do is you can go and further check for assessment, for deeper for assessment and all those things. So let me come back here again. So now once we are done with the performance assessment and performance analysis, there we have a few interesting features where you can engage students with more content. So let's say you want to share some videos, you want to share some PDFs or some materials with students. What we do is we have a lesson planning. If you come onto the left hand side here, you can see there is a lesson planning. So here you can plan your lesson. So let's say if I'm at class 7, I can just click on the class 7. I have mathematics and science. So let me come back to where we have view. Here we have view data. So if I come here in class 9, you will see that view lesson plan. I can view any of the lesson plan here. If I click on mathematics, I'll see that these, and in this particular topic, I have added 2 videos, I've added 1 document, and added few no practice questions. So this is a practice question where you can create your own question banks, and whenever students practice, create quizzes, we can use this question bank to further suggest questions to students. So these are the questions you can create for your students. Even if you don't do it, we have a very big, large amount of question bank where we have more than lakhs of questions, and students can create quizzes from there. So let's say I want to add video, I can just create a lesson plan and can add videos. Or which I want to view how many videos I have added, I just click on the view video and I will see that these are the videos we have added. You can also play and see, and let's say if you want to add video, you can click on here. You can just select all the topics and subjects for which you want to add video, put the video URL. You can also add YouTube videos, YouTube URLs, and if let's say there is something which is from somewhere else website and you have access, if you have your own content, you can also put those URLs, so we manage everything. And so once you add the videos, we suggest these videos to students when they are learning. So I'll explain you this how we are suggesting to students. And then we have notes and reading material. Here you can also upload and add different documents. So here we have added one of the documents here. You can see that this is the document. You can view, you can edit also, let's say if you want to, and go back and let me see if you share the linear question book is there. I can view it, so I just saw it. And if you want to add reading material, you can go here and you can upload the PDF here. You can upload the PDF. You need to first select all the subjects and topics so that that particular PDF goes to those particular section, and you can give the title of the document. And this is where the practice question bank is. You can keep on adding question here. You can click on add question and keep on going according to the different topics. Now this is where you can create and do the lesson planning. Now let me come back to the teacher section where you can manage teachers as well. Here you can add teachers, modify class, and add different classes and assign different classes to teachers. So you can add and assign classes to teachers differently, or let's say you want to add new teacher, you just click on to add teacher, add their email ID, and we will send the password to the teacher. So it's very simple. The another thing we have is the notice board. Here you can send the notice or any messages you want to send it to any particular class. You can just click on that particular class and you can send the message over here. Just write the message and send it. The third thing we have is the live classes. What happens sometimes is you are dealing every day with a lot of live classes. What you can do is you can create any live classes over here on our platform. We do not provide any live classes, but we provide a platform to manage the classes. So what you can do is, so that students don't have to go anywhere for the link or everything, they can just join from this particular section. Let's say you are conducting a class on Zoom, so you can just click on Zoom and provide the link of that the meeting link over here. Or let's say if it's a Google Meet, you can provide the link over here. It's a Microsoft Team, you can provide the link, or any other, you can provide the link. But what happens is, let's say you don't want any of this, you don't have any access. What you can do is just click on Jitsi. Here you do not require any URL. We create the whole meeting link and URL. So this is sort of we have partnered and attached our integration is with them. Now once you create a live classes, students will be able to see and manage all their live classes. And then we have settings. You can see all the relevant informations, and let's say if you have any problem, help URLs and everything, you can get it from here. Or what are the new updates? You can go on the top, you can see all the updates recently we have launched. You can also see those, and you can also view your own profile, how the profile looks like. So yeah, this is all about the admin platform. I hope you liked it and you enjoy the whole platform and the whole demo session. I'll explain about the students platform in another